G'day, mate. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, Jenny. And of course, we have Icarus here with us somewhere. Oh, it turns out he's on Western Houston. There we go. Welcome back. Today's episode, we're trying to figure out the last few little issues we may have with critical photons and antimatter fuel rods and all that sort of stuff. And it turns out that's all made back on our home system, back in our home system on Western Houston. Another one of our starting planets in our home system. We have of course, our home world, which is pretty busy still, just keeping up with production. We have, of course, icy smelting, which is a icy world that has some severe problems with air traffic control and that sort of stuff. And then, of course, we have the poor little Western Houston, which was one of the very first members who joined when this series started, and we've been slowly mining dry. That's really what this planet was, that we were just going to mine it dry and had no other plans. And then it turns out it's sort of become a little bit of a production hub. It's doing a couple of things. One, it's launching a whole bunch of solar cells, because look, I know I could build a proper structure around here, but as you can see, we built a giant advertising billboard around our home system, you know, reminding you to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. At the same time, whilst you're down there, especially if you've already clicked the subscribe button, I can trust and count on you for a like, right? Yeah, okay. So with those out of the way, we have the Western Houston system, which is still firing off sails because, well, we have sails, and sails are really actually very, very cheap to make, and mainly cost stone, which, well, hang on, let's just double check. Yeah, we've still even got stone in our home system, so who cares? We've also got some iron somehow. I have mined the place dry of silicon, and in fact, most of the resources, icy smelting is down to just a little bit of stone, which we're still trying to mine out, and Western Houston is really our main hub of resources. But in saying that, if we come to this little planet, and we start having a look around, we can see, well, you know, there's not a lot of copper left here, and well, actually, there's a fair bit of copper left there. That one's doing quite well. But then we have problems like this, which is, this once had iron and now has nothing. And these are going to be dotted all over the planet with, yeah, just dead production lines. It has a little bit of iron. If I drop that down to that, there we go. What else do we have? We have oh, well, that was a coal vein. Where does that go? It goes into that tower. And that was a copper vein going to the exact same tower. Just get rid of all the belt. Just do a bit of a cleanup whilst we're here. Same story. If we set that to 1%, in theory, nobody wants the copper. No. Alright, we're going to leave that at 1%. This is also dead. This is another lot of iron that's been mined dry. Yeah, this planet is doing less as time goes on because, well, like I said, we've just been mining it dry. That line on, that's another, what is that, copper? Copper. It's very hard to see on this planet. Lava planets, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the red on red for lava planets. No, they've all been sucked dry. Set that back to 100%. That way we're not wasting effort with ships flying back and forth for almost nothing. We can see this has got 2 iron nodes left, but we can see that these guys are outputting 99 iron ore per minute. Yes, and there's a lot of ore coming out of here, and this is counting down very, 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 very slowly because we have mining speed 330 and ore consumption 24%. So we should get 4 bits of ore out the back before that counts down 1 single ore in the vein. That's been, oh, there we go. It finally moved down. Yeah. Alright, that obviously was silicon at one stage. Remove. Let's actually change to that one for just a sec. That was silicon, as was that belt. We're going to change you to 1% for a second. There we go, that got rid of the silicon. Whatever that was, it's now dead. Coal. That's another silicon mine. I'm going to have to change back to that because the power infrastructure is probably important. Cool. Same story, there's a little bit of iron there. We're still mining out. So this planet needs a good general sweep and cleanup. I have no idea if idle miners cost any performance. I'm assuming they don't. I assume the devs have optimized the hell out of that, but you could say the same for Factorio, and the devs hadn't optimized Factorio to that extent for many, many years, and having miners sitting around doing nothing, in Factorio at least, was actually not great. I'll set you to 1% as well. 12 stone. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about that. Okay, that is another iron, which we'll just scrape whilst we're here. And that's coal, which we'll scrape as well. Yeah, I don't know if there's any catch with having these preset to do things and then, you know, having no resources in them. Oh, there's a stone vein right there. Let's clear that. And I'll take my 12 bits of stone and I'll shove them into that town. Yes, okay. Yellow belt? Really? Okay, we're going to put that in there. And I should have a request that should pick up the yellow belt, I hope. I've done my best to try and recycle old belts and sorters that have been used around the galaxy for different things. That has not worked at all. Let's do that and put one of those there. If I set that to 0, there we go. Now a ship's going to come collect it. So you can force things to disappear across the galaxy. But yes, this planet... Oh, there's another one? Oh no, you're still mining. Yeah, just. Okay, so this planet is, as I said, has a whole bunch of EM rail ejectors firing off 10,000 miles an hour. Really, really trying to kill that sun. The other thing it's doing is it is the one that's actually bringing in all our critical photons and converting them into, well, antimatter for us. So we have this production line here of miniature particle gliders, which, let's just jump Icarus through here, which is bringing a full belt and then converting a full belt of critical photons into a full belt of hydrogen, plus a full belt of antimatter. And can we just trim off your belt? Cool, because these are, you know, reasonably expensive. There they are. There we go. Okay. And I know, it turns out we have no issues with antimatter fuel rods. So that's one thing taken care of. Actually, I know I'm going to need more of those. Can we turn on remote demand? Thank you. No, remote demand, please. 190. Okay, we're now going to go 190. So yes, we have plenty of antimatter fuel rods. That's short on hydrogen, which is interesting because it's 1-to-1 ratio, but that's okay. They will get the hydrogen eventually over time. And then we have a second build over here, which is also bringing out more critical photons and turning them into, of course, more antimatter. And what I want to do is I definitely want to increase this production. Just give myself a little bit more scalability. Oh, we can blueprint things now. Let's go from... No, let's go from there to there. Which means, funnily enough, I don't even actually have to have the items on me. Okay, so we need to go there to there, minus that and that power pole. Paste. Oh, that's so handy. Minus. Oh. Go away, interface. Minus. So, if you use the plus and minus button, you can overlap belts as much as you want. We're just going to build to there. Needs foundation. Okay, we're not going to build to there. We're going to build to there. Because I think... Actually, copy, just drag from there to there. It's 30. Yeah, we can only fit 30 in a row before we exhaust a belt. Just foundation up everything. It's fine. Oh, now out of foundations, really? You didn't have foundations? Do you have foundations? No. Okay, we'll find foundations shortly. Alright. Copy! That is 22. Okay. That doesn't work anymore? Oh. Okay. From there to there, minus that one power pole. Paste. So that was what, 22, 24, 26, 28, 20, 30. Yeah? 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. Done. Okay, so we just need the miniature particle colliders to arrive, which thankfully they have. And that should let us now process 2 belts. 2 belts of critical photons per second. And we're slightly overdoing our Dyson Sphere on this planet. Our Dyson Swarm on this planet still. Okay, we're going to trim back that belt, that belt, that belt, that belt, that belt, that belt. You guys can have any critical photons that made their way into my inventory. And for right now, I think we're okay. Maximum charging rate. Yeah, that's a great idea. Ooh. What do we do for power on this planet? Nothing! Oh no, we've got a hydrogen power plant. Actually, we've got a couple of hydrogen power plants. Yes, this is an old school, old school planet. So we're still running on mass hydrogen power plants. Actually, don't I have... I do have more thermal power plants on me. Alright, so let's just bump up power production because we can, and we're here. Alright. That's a belt. No, that's a good spot to bring out more hydrogen. Oh, foundations are in this tower. Okay, let's bring hydrogen. I want to bring it out to here. So, you need to go up 1, 2, 3. 3 to go over those guys, and then down to ground level. Sure. And we'll rotate you around. That stone patch is definitely in the way. Supremely in the way. I need you to go away. I need you to stay up till you get to there. Then you drop down to ground level. Oh, that's supremely even more in the way. Yes. Okay, do I have enough splitters on me? Belt. I do. I have 9 left. Okay. We're going to drop a splitter in here. Go that way, that way, that way. And we'll just run the other half the other way around the world. Port occupied. We'll use the correct port. Sorry. Foundations you said you had. Yes? Cool. Just fill in all that. We'll grab a power plant. And start on the line. Yeah, about that, JD. Okay. It's alright. Things are in the way everywhere, but we'll do what we can. Turn you on for more hydrogen. Power's now settled, it seems, but we'll have all the power plants not have sorters anyway, because that would be silly that they actually reach the belt. There we go. Can I put one here? You to you. There we go. Put one more in. Okay, we'll call that a win. No, technically I could fit more in 1 tab, 2 tab. Oh gosh, I have no idea what the spacing is. We'll just slam them in as hard as we can. We'll just call that a win. Okay, so that should take care of power. Yeah, back to 50% load. We're happy. It's happy. Same time, I am so sick of little bits of rock on the ground. So, you know, we'll just spread out some foundation as we fly, and I don't have to deal with the damn rocks. Okay, so how are you running now? Are you running like you should? You have a lot, like a lot of antimatter. And that antimatter is probably heading out to the Mr. J system to produce white science. Okay, so what we need to do is we've got you max charging, you have warpers, we've done pretty much everything we can. You're getting in critical photons as fast as possible. You've got a full belt going up to the north. Why are you not processing? Because you literally have nothing to process? Yeah, okay. So we have critical photons going over here, making antimatter fuel rods, which turns out we still have plenty of. We have this production line also going flat out, making, well, just spare antimatter. With that said, we're going to run back to our homeworld, which turns out is just a very quick jaunt ooh, something happened there. Directly up. We're going to check out our warper production, because if we run out of warpers, like I have a backup. I have a backup 5,000 warpers. What a time for an autosave. Yeah, what a time for an autosave. Okay. So, what we need to do is look at our warpers, which is actually in green science. Oh no, we still have 10,000. Yes, because I've been here once and I've tweaked it, and now all the green science packs get converted into warpers, potentially 2 belts worth of warpers, and it's only the excess green science that we actually send off to our North Pole to actually turn into real research up here, which seems to be running fine. You guys are not quite running at full speed. Okay, we can probably pull a couple of labs off that production. Also means I can dump my particle containers, because I don't need those. That's a lot of deuterium. Okay, where are the particle? No, that's rocket size. You really don't have any graviton lenses. Really? We make graviton lenses here somewhere, North Pole. Here. Strange matter's going flat out. It's really slow making graviton lenses. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back to there. I'm going to set you to 50%. That way... Oh. Nope, that's the one I want to dump those into. Okay, with that done, rocket size. Where were the rocket size? Over there. Okay. We're going to set you to 50%. 50%. This should prioritize these drones going and getting the graviton lenses over other drones dropping off the graviton lenses. It should. Yes. Okay. I need to strip back some labs. So we can see that 2 labs are not running. So we're going to strip 1 from there, 1 from there. And can I fly, please? And 1 from there, 1 from there. Okay, that should top everything back up. And oh no, I've got the science packs are in my inventory, and they're just going to be consumed for research. Around here somewhere we have somewhere, more somewhere. No. No. Ah! Labs. There we go. Let's dump the extra 2 labs into 4 labs. Oh, wow. That's not capped. Okay. And you're potentially a free production because there's one thing that I wouldn't mind to get whilst we happen to be home, and that is the plane smelter technology, because we haven't done that research. What do you require? You require 3 items. No, 4 items and an output. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're then going to go back to, what was it? Ray transmission efficiency. I'm just going to grab that a few times. Alright, so I need to find a blank tower at our North Pole that we can use. You're doing any amount of fuel. You're doing nothing! You just became the volunteer. Alright, so we want to have an output, an output, an output, an output. I want an assembler that looks awfully lot like that, with a box, with an output, and change you to a further input. Copy that over the top again. Copy that. Sorry, remove that one. Not a fan, Jan. Okay. Copy that again and pop it there. Then convert the belt to go sideways. Cool. I need to have that research done. We're going to cancel that. And what were we doing? We were doing ships go faster. Okay, 96%. And then a few levels of that. Okay. And that's happening in our old school labs in the middle of the map. On Lab Island. So, you know the spare labs I had? Sure. How tall are you? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'd like 10 labs, please. From our magical hub that still produces just about everything we need in life to keep the factory growing. Let's go over and 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. And there's even some yellow belt here. Alright, so that should speed up production or research. We just need to, whilst we wait, set up production for the plane filters. The plane smelters. Okay, so you're going to need smelters brought in. And if we check the tech tree, press all the wrong buttons, we want this one, which also requires plane filters, polar magnets. Okay, so let's go with unipolar magnets, plane filters, and structural thingamajiggy bobs. Okay, we're going to put some ships in there. Do I have little ships? I do not have little ships on me. Can we grab some little shippies from that tower, please? 500. Also going to drop you down to 400. There we go. Okay. Alright, throw those in there, throw those in there. You're going to output the building that I can't set. Demand. Remote demand. I have not mined any unipolar magnets, so they're not going to show up. Local demand, we have none. Okay, and local demand, we have some. Alright, so we need to go track down plane filters. Now, plane filters we're definitely making on this planet. The catch is they don't go into the network. Because plane filters literally have one production. They go into quantum chips. They don't go into anything else, except for plane smelters. So now that we have plane smelters as well, we're going to go over to our lovely production line right here. And you're running that direction. So this becomes the end of the production line. Yes, okay. We're going to throw in a itty bitty tower. Come on. What? Yeah, itty bitty tower. Collide, collide, collide. Need foundation. Okay. Give you. I've got 11 foundation. Really? Home planet, home planet, home planet. Purple science. That tower. Hey, found it. That's why things are color coded on this planet. It makes it easier to find stuff. Okay. Now if I put you there, can I actually access any of that? No. We're gonna have to move you over one more tile to the left. Cool. Put one of those in. And in theory, I can get plane filters in right there with a power pole here. You're going to do plane filters. Cool. I'm going to set you to 100%. Hey! I wanted to read what that said. Yeah, I never get to see new research anymore. It's the same old research being repeated for the thousandth time. Alright, so because that's the end of the production line, it preferences the quantum chips first, and it's only the excess production that will get shipped out. Speaking of excess production, this is our last production line that has been upgraded, and that makes the annihilation constraint spheres. Now, we're not going to upgrade it just yet, but maybe in the future. Oh, and oil. Do you have oil? You have oil. Yeah, those tanks be full. Okay, oil is good. Oil is good. Oil is grand. And deuterium is also grand. Okay. Alright, we were going back up here to set a recipe. Find the correct tower. It's always the opposite direction of the way you fly. Okay. So I need to set you to do those. We need to set the filters on these. So we're going to have you do item 1, you do item 2, you do item 3, you do item 4. You are going to have a new recipe of plane filters. When monopoles pass through the plane filter, they produce the quantum effect of self-organizing and can generate thermodynamic negative temperature flow. Using this technology, the process of ore smelted or purification can be greatly accelerated. There you go. And our ships fly a little bit faster. I think we're going to cap it to there because I have no idea how many of these we're going to use. I'm going to cap that to 200 as well. Because I don't think we're going to need a massive amount. I think. I actually have no idea. But we now have plane filters set up. We've gone and checked... nope, I'm looking for the right button. Okay, we've gone and checked critical photons. They're doing better, okay? They're good. We're fine on antimatter. We've checked space warpers. Space warpers are perfectly fine. Number 1, rockets. Rockets are perfectly fine. We've upped that last episode. Antimatter is tied to critical photons. There's just not enough of them. We are working on faster production. The last thing we need to do is we need to look at science, because we're only using 800 per minute. It should be 1800 per minute. It is tied to antimatter. That could be one of the root causes. It could be the other science packs are actually not fast enough. Like, all of these look... Maybe yellow science? Maybe? That production's way higher. Maybe. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave here. We're going to zoom all the way out. We're going to head over to the Mr. J system. Because this is where we're processing all our science. We're going to go to Mr. J1. Also, it has unipolar magnets, which we need. We need to start making some plane smelters, because icy smelting is... pretty full. So, with that said, we're going to hit the warp button, we're going to start heading across there, and at the same time, I'm going to remind you guys, look, you're halfway, 3/4 of the way, 2/3 of the way through an episode. If you've watched this far, especially on episode, what are we on, 52, 53, you should have clicked the subscribe button by now if you haven't already. At the same time, this is the important one, you should also click the like button. Don't forget to click the like button, it's very, very important. Finally, if you wish, If you wish to go that above and beyond, or you're feeling guilt in the depths of your soul for using an ad blocker, by all means, you can also, right beside the like button, the subscribe button, you can click the join button. When you click the join button, you shall join the madhouse, you shall help support the channel at the grand total of, well, it's cheaper than a chocolate bar once a month. It's 99 cents, a dollar per month to support the channel, help out the channel. At the same time, you're gonna end up probably like Mr. J and all the other stars around here. You're gonna have a star named after you. You're gonna become a star of the channel, quite literally. And if you wanted to throw a request in, by all means, DM me on Discord. Throw in a request. We've got a couple of weird ones left over. I think the neutron star is still available, along with the gas giant, red giant. There's probably some dwarf planets, dwarf stars as well. There's a few options still to go. All right. Light speed away at whatever speed we're running at. We're going to try and hit this head on and not miss. And we instantly start floating away. Cool. Alright, so we have our lovely black hole there in the distance. And as you can see, Mr. J is flying away from us at high speed. You might also notice that planets around a black hole rotate very quickly. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this sort of rotational speed. But as we can see, we have some unipolar magnets right there. So I think that's the first thing we're going to go do. We'll just crash land gracefully. Yes, gracefully. And we shall start with the unipolar magnets. The unipolar magnets are, like, they look awesome. The catch is they're only available on black holes and neutron stars. So the 14 million that we have is potentially half our supply. So do not want to waste these. This is why I haven't been using them up until now. In fact, I don't know if I will use them at all ever, or we're just going to keep them for construction. In saying that, this patch is 3 million, multiplied by 3. This is closer to 10 million because of our research. So, you know, it would probably take us a while to mine it out anyway. Let's throw another one in there. And when outposting at the research that I'm at, it seems 3 miners to a belt will definitely max out a belt. 2, not quite. Can I get that in there? That in there. Yeah, it's daytime. It's nighttime. It'll be daytime again in just half a second. There to there to there. And you can come around this side. Alright, we're going to set you to be... unipolar magnets. Set you to be warpers. We're going to bring in 100 warpers, local demand, turn off remote supply, set you for max charge rate, max out the drones at the same time, why not? Power pole. Hey, it's morning time again. Means it's about 15 seconds away from being nighttime again. And power from the North Pole comes in via wind turbines because they're click and draggable. That is the only reason I use them. And yeah, as I said, 2 of them don't quite max out a belt. All depends on how many veins you grab and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's. Actually, let's try putting 3 of them on a belt. Close, very, very close. Okay, throw those in there. They're already being shipped out. If we go to local planet. Where are we? I want unipolar magnets. 36 per minute already. No, that's for an hour. Yeah, more than a belt's worth. Almost 3,000. Well, 3,000 per minute. Hang on, it's still scrolling over for a minute. Let's wait just a second and see what our final production is. You full yet? Not quite. 3,960 per minute. Yeah. Okay, alright, so we're here on our lovely Mr. J planet, and we can see that not all the labs are running. That's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is... You have lots of science packs. 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 So we're literally held up by antimatter. So it is a problem with antimatter. Okay, good to know. So now we know it's an antimatter problem. It's just a case of trying to make sure that we get plenty. I should also grab the optical grading crystal whilst I'm out here, because I think we're a little bit poor on that one. Make sure that the magna... Whoop, stop rotating. The magna system gets its Dyson structure built as quickly as possible. So, with all that said, I think this is where we're going to end today's episode, because there's nothing else I can do until that structure's built, and, well, we already know that we are favorite number 3, tire start, no, 2, no, 1, it's number 1. We already know we're firing off rockets basically as fast as we can. Yeah, we're launching well faster than our production is, and it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to get a Dyson structure built, because it is around a very, very large... Let's zoom out again. Where are we? Magna. A very large radius, type O star, and then it is basically maximum radius. Technically, the belt is 1,000 whatever, 1,000. It doesn't really give you a measurement, so 1,000 bigger. But it's almost max size, and yeah, it's going to require, well, what was it? 450,000 rockets or something. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. So with that said, yep, I'm going to leave the episode here. I will see you guys in the next episode. We'll tick off some ray transmission efficiency in the meantime, because, well, it's 2 minutes to do 3,000 packs. And don't forget, this stuff is not running at full speed. It's like 2/3 running, 2/3 running. Yeah, it does mean we're very, very close to doubling our science, going from 30 per minute to 60 per minute, 30 per second to 60 per second. That's the numbers I'm looking for. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and do me a favor, tell your mum Jenny said hi. All right, that's it. We're out. Bye.